New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast Mr. Lawrence Salazar of Pueblo, Colorado. And before I get into the story, just know that Lawrence is not the ex-boyfriend of the woman in the story. All right? So on Saturday night, the cops in Pueblo, they get a 911 call from a woman who said she's hiding in the basement of her ex-boyfriend's house because he had a gun and was threatening to kill her. That's a very serious charge, so naturally, the cops swarmed the house. But the boyfriend let him inside and said, hey, man, good to see you, come on in. And that's when they figured out it was all a hoax. Apparently, the ex-girlfriend wasn't even in the same state. She was just trying to get some high-stakes revenge. Well, there's no word on whether or not she's going to be facing charges, but her call was not a total waste for the cops, you see, because while they were raiding the ex-boyfriend's house, again, because of the severity of the call, they surrounded a camper that was in the backyard and made everyone inside of the camper come out, hands up, etc. One of the people inside was our honoree Lawrence Salazar, who was a wanted fugitive, so he ended up getting arrested.
Huh.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with anything that was going on here. She didn't know.
I'll be damned.
She made the call, so they just asked everyone to get out, and they're kind of like, they run ID.
He's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I've been here for a while.
I was fine.
Right. Your crazy ex-girlfriend got me caught. Yeah. So Lawrence Salazar, now in jail because of someone else's girlfriend who's mad at her ex-boyfriend. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
New on Curiosity Stream. She was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back is all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Now for all TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Jeez, I almost had a brain fart there. Just
She's like, why am I here?
No, not that. I just almost went into the old thing. It's like, TV time Tipper. Your choices today, the Jimmies.
Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon.
Seth Meyers.
All right.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah. He hosts The Daily Show.
Yes, he does.
Is it 10 or is it late night?
That's right. All these guys have teams of professional writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Some science news. In Europe, scientists have done a study to figure out the 5 types of genes that may lead people to have worse effects of COVID-19. The 5 types were skinny, bootcut, straight leg, baggy, and classic.
The Ted Smith. Yeah, Ted.
Damn it! How'd you know?
I don't know. I just felt like that's a joke you would make.
It was a little darker earlier. I lightened it up. Mike said it was too dark.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
No. It's all right.
You sure you don't want to give it a try?
Well, here's the deal. The study was about deaths.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
So I lightened it up to say it.
yeah.
Right. Maybe Mike, you know what? That's why you're the producer. Good call.
That's right.
Got you, bud.
I turned around to Mike and I said, I'm going dark today, and I'm drinking eggnog. According to a new poll, 3 out of 4 Americans think the pandemic is getting worse. The rest said, I can't talk about a rave.
Seth Meyers.
Trevor Noah.
Seth Meyers.
According to a new poll, almost 3 out of 4 Americans think the pandemic is getting worse. The rest said, I can't talk. I'm at a rave.
Samsung just announced the new 110-inch micro LED TV, and it costs about $155,000.
Wow.
So now you can have 110-inch TV while you scroll through Instagram. Not scroll.
Fallon. Kimmel.
Fallon.
Samsung just announced its new 110-inch micro LED TV, and it costs about $155,000. So now you have a 110-inch TV playing while you scroll through Instagram on your phone.
You know, I've had to do that recently. Not recently. I started doing it in the summer. Like, sometimes people sit on the couch, and I see it all the time. People watch TV, but they have the phone with them. And it's like, just put it away. And put it on silent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's past 8 o'clock at night. Ain't nothing that important.
Nope, not missing anything. Plus, it'll be there when you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Same basic crap.
Yeah.
And if it's that important, I'll call you.
Well, it's on silent. It's not going to see it either way.
Oh, right.
I like
That's
to
even
throw
better.
it. I like to throw it in the other room. Just fight the urge to touch it. You know, you watch a show, go, I should look that up. Or just, I go back to a few years ago. I'll look it up later.
Exactly. The information will still be there.
The COVID vaccines will be available soon, whether we want them or not, and a lot of us turns out to not want it. According to a new poll from the AP, less than half of Americans say they are planning to get the vaccine when it comes out. Only 47% of Americans want it, while the other 53% just want to stay at home in sweatpants forever.
Kimmel. Yeah, Kimmel.
Yeah, that's Kimmel.
The COVID vaccines will be available soon, whether we want them or not. And a lot of us, it turns out, do not. According to a poll from the AP, less than half of Americans say they're planning to get the vaccine when it comes out. Only 47% of Americans want it. The other 53% want to stay home in sweatpants forever, I guess. But
I don't know if you guys saw this. Ellen, she's got the Rona.
She does. She says, we'll see you next year after the holidays.
Yeah.
Conveniently timed Rona.
Heard they've lost some advertisers as well.
As a result of the Rona or the fact that she's an a-hole?
That she's an a-hole.
Okay.
Shocking.
It's also kind of weird because she's had some guests on like Bieber, Bryan Cranston, Diane Keaton, Allison Brie, and Little Nas X. They were all in the studio in the past week, so who knows?
Uh-oh.
How you guys feel about that Little Nas X guy?
I'm 100% indifferent.
Yeah.
I wish him well. I mean, that's the best I can say.
I'm on his team.
Okay.
That dude's wild. Like, remember that song was crazy? I really liked it that it made it up the charts and this and that.
Right.
Thought it was ridiculous they didn't have it on country charts. It's a country song. And then, I don't know, I just watch him on Twitter and stuff. Like, he just does his own thing.
Yeah.
So he was like, he put out a Christmas special and this and that. I'm like, good for him, man. Get that money. Stay away from Ellen. She's going to get you sick.
Be mean to you and get you sick.
Right. All right, let's see. What did people watch on Netflix this year? Obviously,
Tiger King with Joe Erotic.
That was bad that I called him Joe Erotic.
Of all of the people who not called erotic, I believe Joe Exotic is toward the top of that list.
Maybe there's something in there.
Well, I told you, I have a friend of a friend who dresses very dapper, you would say.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like three-piece suit. Like this guy, Dan, makes a point of dressing very nice. So we started calling him Fancy Dan. And one day I was like, hey, Jesse, where's Handsome Dan? And they were like, whoa, whoa.
I mean, fancy.
Fancy. And it's like, you know what? I'm lying. He's handsome, too.
Stunning.
Joe Exotic, Joe Erotic. That was just a slip up of one letter.
Sure. Sure it was.
Which part of porn do you like?
Mullet.
So here's something. Some foreign language titles were up this year, probably because people had time. Or if you're like me, sometimes I get stuck and it starts suggesting other stuff you watch.
Right.
And it's just, like dubbed over stuff can be hard. But I mean, I watched a lot of Narcos. That's all in subtitles. Patron, by the way.
Ooh, delicious.
No, I think Patron means boss.
Really?
Patron?
Maybe.
I might be saying that wrong.
To me, all I think is tequila, but I'm sure it means something.
Yeah, I'm still obsessed with being a cartel head. I thought about it all night. So people started watching more foreign films, twice as much time spent watching documentaries.
Huh.
And you're right. Tiger King. I forgot that everybody watched this one. Killer Inside, The Mind of Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
American Murder, The Family Next Door.
Did they have the one I watched, Me and My Buddy the Octopus? No,
They did not.
Didn't make the list.
No.
Oh.
No.
All alone.
The Social Dilemma. I saw that one. You guys seen that one yet?
No.
Is that a documentary?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's I think I talked about it on here before. It's a lot of people that started in tech and kind of made a lot of the algorithms you have now.
Okay.
And they just talk about artificial intelligence and everything and how, like, when you're on the internet, like, it knows, you know what I mean? It like your phone, it knows when you're going to pick it up. It knows when you're going to get on it, what you're going to search for almost. And the thing is that if you get into these crazy kind of cultish, weird conspiracy stuff, it just knows you like it.
Sure.
So it'll keep feeding it to you.
Right. That becomes your news chain,
Right.
essentially.
And the thing is, too, with artificial intelligence, it's just trying to get ads to you to make money.
That's it.
So it doesn't care if it feeds you a bunch of misinformation because it's a computer. It doesn't know either way.
Aha.
It's just got a formula and it's working.
Right.
But kind of like, you know, when you see some fast food CEOs and they go, well, I don't eat our food. Kind of the same scary thing when you see all these people that kind of started this stuff and they go, I don't use it anymore. I wouldn't let my children use it,
Right.
blah, blah,
Based
blah.
on what they know.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like I used to, you know, like a lot of people, sometimes you get annoyed with people on their phones, but I mean, they're literally addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
That little serotonin hit just hitting you, right? You got to like this and that.
It has become ridiculously important. Without
it's
ever
unbelievable.
actually being important.
Yeah. Now, look, I say that, right? But I have my birthday in 2 weeks. I have a picture on my phone. I'm like, Mama, save this from birthday and text it out because I look good in it.
Okay.
I'm wearing a tux.
A lot of people
I don't
have
wear a lot of tux.
A lot of people have a lot more time now with the pandemic, too.
You're
It's
right.
probably just gotten worse.
I also have a picture of me in a tux with my buddy's attractive wife. I'm thinking about putting it out there and just be like,
See what happens.
We just broke up. It was a crusher.
No. But complicated. It's complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
First, she's not my wife.
It's complicated, right? I was the best man at the wedding. It's complicated.
Well, he was the best man, so he was busy with a lot of duties. And then the photographer was like, "Oh, are you two together?" We were like, "Oh yeah," and took a bunch of
Bring it in.
So I already texted. I go, "Hey," I go, "Paige, I'm just going to tell people you're my ex," and she was like, "Yeah, go for it."
Is it believable?
I mean, in the tux, it's a little more believable, but no, I mean, she's much taller than I am.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Hang on, I'll show you real quick. I mean, it's a great picture. It's unbelievable. I thought I had it close to me. Apparently, I don't.
Okay.
There you go.
That is right in your wheelhouse, Ted.
It's what you would like.
That's got Ted Smith written all over it. All the things you like. Except for the cheerleader sweater and the,
Right? Reality TV. And honestly, Now, listen, I watched a lot of TV this year like a lot of people, and I feel pretty proud of this because I talked about all three of these shows. Floor is Lava, Love is Blind, and Too Hot to Handle.
I know one of them, which is Floor is Lava.
So Love is Blind was when they had, like, you go on dates, but you just talk through a screen. You couldn't see each other.
Okay.
Kind of like giving a confession, and the priest can't see
just
you.
like that.
Which I never did. I was looked him in the eye. You know I'm sinning, Father.
That's right. But it doesn't matter because I'm Catholic.
Yeah. And then Too Hot to Handle was the show where they put a bunch of, like, basically just think like your standard dating reality show, but a little crazier.
Okay.
And then when they got there, they said, hey, look, whoever wins gets like this amount of money. Or you all get $1 million and you all get a part of it.
Okay.
But you can't hook up.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were, you know what I mean? Imagine being on a tropical island with a lot of very attractive women and hard-bodied dudes and booze, but you can't hook up. Obviously, people lost money.
Yeah, I would have. I wasn't a millionaire when I got here. I'm not going to leave one either.
The other thing on Netflix people started watching was a huge jump in stand-up between March and April. Yeah, because it sucked. People wanted to laugh and smile.
Yes.
That's when it was like lockdown. But Hubie Halloween, you guys seen that?
No.
So Adam Sandler made basically a Halloween movie that I think he made to be like the worst movie of all time.
Okay. He couldn't put up any of his other movies.
Like, is Drew Barrymore in it?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Contractually
wrong Missy Space Force. People watch a lot of movies and stuff. So Netflix is just putting that out there. And then obviously like The Crown, The Queen's Gambit. Still sounds like a cocktail to me.
I know. Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. Now, what I'm going to leave you with today is very important. Jesus, man.
Let's
keep it. Build up the drama. What do you want, a drum roll or something? You can drum roll a fart.
No, I was just going to tell people, don't forget, Saturday afternoon, tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock, the pregame show starts on Fox over on Q13. And your Seattle Sounders FC are going to be in the MLS Cup for the fourth time out of 5 years.
That is correct.
They had been in 5 straight Western Conference finals. Coach Schmetzer knows what he's doing. You get to Schmetzer time. It's just, I know some people don't care about soccer. It's an awesome thing. They are building a dynasty. They lift that cup. They will.
If you watched the Western Conference final, you wouldn't miss this.
It was unbelievable. I mean, arguably the most exciting 13 minutes of soccer I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, you're still going to have your Seahawks playing on Sunday against the Jets. You got to beat the damn Jets. Yeah. But I'm fired up for tomorrow. I'm going to get a Christmas tree, and then I'm going to go watch some Seattle Sounders bring home another championship.
All right.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. Go Sounders. You are listening to the Men's Room.
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. New Jersey Amazon delivery driver caught dumping packages in the woods so that he could come and pick them up later. Meanwhile, a woman steals $350 in beer, Michelob Ultra, to take home and put it in her refrigerator. Mystery shopper pays $65,000 in layaway items at Walmart to spread Christmas cheer. Despite a horrible 2020, another reason why the one and only Dolly Parton deserves a beer. And Scotland names their snowplows, and they do it really well. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
Top story, we go to Wales, where a man attempting to smash and grab made an interesting getaway. Whoa, I went way down. He initially broke into one house and attempted to make...
That's what she said.
Yeah. He initially broke into one house and attempted to make off with the owner's Ford. What he wasn't ready for was the neighbor that wasted no time in springing into action. After crashing the Ford and fleeing the scene, he broke into another home and made his getaway on the riding mower that belonged to the homeowner.
Is that really a getaway?
Some of them get some speed, not near that much, but... I mean, I don't know if you could outrun somebody, you could outdistance them, but...
So I got on my kid's big wheel and caught him.
Exactly. In other news, meanwhile, over the UK, a teacher has made a career change. The woman unfortunately lost her teaching job due to the pandemic and was forced to find work elsewhere. Following a seemingly growing trend, the teacher moved to a more risque form of work, selling racy snaps for those willing to pony up the dough. Since she's made the change, she's found that she actually makes more money selling snapshots instead of teaching.
Really?
Of
so
course.
You make a lot more money showing your body than teaching?
Right.
Huh.
I'll be damned.
That is
Interesting.
shocking, yeah.
Fascinating. A man in Connecticut is being held on a $5 million bond after a power move against the probation office. He was charged with a handful of assault charges and ordered to wear a GPS bracelet. It was later discovered that not only had he removed his bracelet, but actually mailed it back to the probation office. After they tracked him back down, they brought him back to his home where they found a massive cache of weapons and that he was not allowed to have in his possession. So he got into
Why did he mail it back? I mean, my thing is, I don't know, just tape it to the bottom of a car that's in use. So it's like, hey, went to the grocery store, he does this, but I'm not going to let you know that I've removed it.
Right.
If you don't know, I'm not telling you.
Like I said, it's a power move.
Well, yeah, now his ass is in jail for $5 million.
Got no
bond.
damn power.
Uh-oh.
Over in Scotland, it's starting to get a little cold outside, and the plows are coming to the rescue. But it's making headlines this time around because the country has actually named their plows. Those listening to the radio can hear dispatch calling units by the names of Arctic Angel, Amber Snowy, Chili Connolly, Darth Spreader, For Your Ice Only, Fred, Gangsta Granny Gritter. I didn't know that they were called gritters. Grit Expectations, Gritalica, Gritney Spears, Gritterbug, Gritty Bang Bang, Ready, Spready Go, Sir Andy Flurry, Sir Grits-a-Lot, Slippy McGritty, Snowbother, and Snowy Gone Kenobi.
Snowy Gone Kenobi.
That's the plow I'd want. All right, you're going to be driving Snowy Gone Kenobi tonight.
Snowy Gone Kenobi. Oh, man. A manager at a Walmart in Tennessee has confirmed that an anonymous person has come to the Walmart and footed the bill for $65,000 worth of layaway.
That is a
items.
lot of money.
That is
a ton of money.
That is a ton of money and a ton of gifts. That's probably the only good news story that I have in my headlines today, but I had to
But
throw
that's
that one out
awesome,
there.
man.
It is.
I like when people do that, because I would never do that.
You know, the time of the year that we've had, a lot of people are already down on money as it is, but now we're getting into the holiday season and somebody actually coming in and just throwing down $65,000. What in the world, man? Good for you. A woman in Louisiana is being hunted by police after making off with a hefty beer heist. Cameras at a local supermarket caught the woman walking out of the store with a cart loaded with about $360 worth of beer. What kind of beer inspired this haul? You guessed it. Michelob Ultra.
The thing is, when I looked at the mugshot, I'm like, I don't think she's drinking it.
I
don't think this is for her.
Yeah, I think this is for somebody else.
I hate to be judgy, but
somebody working in the yard. Probably.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if she's drinking it.
I'm glad that I had the same reaction that everybody else in this room had when we first opened that thing up. First you look at it like, all right, Michelob Ultra.
That's what you're going to go to jail for Michelob Ultra?
Right. 360, and this was blatant. It's not like she tried to hide it somewhere.
No,
she shoved like 10 cases into a cart.
And then just walked
right out. And it's all Michelob Ultra.
Maybe that's why they didn't chase her. Like, cool, she got rid of the Michelob Ultra.
That's her brand.
Maybe.
Did you see her picture?
Yeah.
It should be. I just don't know that it is.
I'm just saying the reason that they stopped you is because now you've sold them out of Michelob Ultra. They were good for the month.
Yeah, have at it.
Now they got to restock. Luckily, police already have a suspect in mind, and we'll pay her a visit soon. Fantastic. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. Go Sounders. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake,
Stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.